Good morning to Madam Santi and my fellow friends. Today we are going to present you about the impact of COVID-19 in Malaysia. I'm the leader of the group, Sang Xingyi, and let's welcome my group members, which is Saw Zixuan, Tan Yunning and Chong Jiaqi.
Hi, my name is Zixuan.
Hi, my name is Tan Yunning.
Hello everyone, my name is Chong Jiaqi. Introduction: what is COVID-19? COVID-19 pandemic is the greatest communicable disease outbreak to have hit Malaysia since 1918. It is a disease caused by a virus which was discovered in Wuhan, China in December 2019. It has spread rapidly around the world. COVID-19 most commonly causes respiratory symptoms such as a cold, a flu, or pneumonia. COVID-19 may cause damage to more than just your lungs and respiratory system. The disease may also affect other parts of your body. In the most severe cases, infected people have difficulty breathing and eventually organ failure develops. COVID-19 spread through droplets in the air, and the infected people can spread the virus by spitting, touching their mouth or nose, or even talking. That's all for me. Next, I will pass to Yunning to continue.
Thank you, Jiaqi. The first discussion issue is about unemployment. The pandemic has economically affected employment due to the Movement Control Order (MCO) that was mainly caused by standard operating procedure (SOP) restrictions and cost-cutting measures, including those businesses that want to be laid off to save money. The unemployment rate before MCO 1.0 is 3.46% in the first quarter of the year 2020. It increased to 5.05% in the second quarter of the year 2020 when MCO 1.0 started. It has affected the economy and human life. Most of the service sectors that involve face-to-face interaction had to shut down. Tourism industries are also affected. Due to this pandemic, our country's labor market was affected. All the consumers experienced a rising burden. This is because of the higher cost of living but low or no income. According to the International Labour Organization, younger workers are those who have lost the most jobs since February of the year 2020 compared to others workers from all ages. These younger workers are most likely to be unemployed or underemployed and have the least opportunities to work from home. In addition, the workers in industries and professional occupations have experienced the most unemployment case during this pandemic. Therefore, the increase of unemployment rate was actually caused by and brought to the decrease of economic growth rate of Malaysia. Next, I will pass to Xingyi for the next discussion.
Thank you, Yunning. Now I will present you about the effect of COVID-19 to tourism and airlines. For the most important issue, mortality rate in Malaysia kept increasing through the years. Second issue, economy in our country was affected in a terrible ways, especially for tourism. Numerous tours have been cancelled as a result of the rising COVID-19 instance in both nations, which has already significantly decreased the number of visitors visiting Malaysia. The Malaysian Prime Minister declared that 4 phases of the Movement Control Order, which is MCO, in order to fully contain the virus because it was anticipated that the number of COVID-19 cases would keep rising. Effective strategies to support the industry's player are essential since the restrictions during the MCO will cause the Malaysian tourism sector to contract even more. Additionally, the airline sector is in danger of going out of business due to travel restrictions and a global decline in demand. As a result, depending on employees' salary and position, Malaysia's 3 biggest airlines, which is AirAsia, Malindo A, and Malaysia Airlines, have enacted wage reductions as well as unpaid leave. However, the airline industry had its worst crisis when China's government forbade foreigners from entering the country starting on March 29, 2020, until further notice. Foreigners are not currently permitted to enter the country as of today, May 2020. Out of concern of the importation of new COVID-19 infections, the Chinese government also put harsher regulations on international airlines, limiting their ability to offer more than 1 flight each week that is no more than 75% filled. Now, I'll pass it to Jiaqi for the next topic.
Thank you, Xingyi. Another impact of COVID-19 is inflation. Inflation is an increase in the general level of prices. This pandemic, as well as the subsequent lockdown, shocks both demand and supply. The impact of supply chain disruption, physical separation, and interstate movement restriction on labor supply may result in cost-push inflationary pressure due to the higher production costs. Similarly, the initial lockdown had shifted demand patterns, which if permanent could change firms' degree of market power and as a result influence the equilibrium inflation. For example, medical services in Malaysia have risen at a much faster rate than general price inflation. In Bank Negara Malaysia Financial Stability Review report, the combined ratio of insurers and technical operator medical portfolio decreased compared to 2019. Lower claims were observed to be driven by factors such as movement restriction, reduced social contact due to the implementation of remote working and learning, and apprehension to seek non-critical medical treatment at hospital during the pandemic. However, not only from a medical standpoint, but also from other perspectives such as transportation, food and beverage, household, and others, prices have risen in general. Next, I will pass to Yuning to continue.
Thank you, Jiaqi. The next discussion on impact of COVID-19 in Malaysia is about entertainment and recreation. The entertainment and recreation industry has been affected by this COVID-19 pandemic that is all around the world now, including Malaysia. Due to MCO, most of them face their revenue and employment decrease. For the impact of the theatrical, due to MCO, the movie theaters, cinemas, and production studios temporarily closed to help to control the spread of COVID-19 virus. The cinema operators in Malaysia, which is the Malaysian Association of Film Exhibitors, have decided to temporarily stop operations for all the cinemas. GSC and TGV Cinema closed their operations from the 2nd of November 2020. Malaysia's box office collection fell 85% to 138 million ringgit Malaysian in the year 2020 from 905 million ringgit Malaysia in the year of 2019. Moreover, the entertainment centers including game arcades, karaoke, indoor fun fest, and edutainment center for children and gymnasium have closed due to this pandemic. The Malaysian Family Karaoke Association stated that the total losses is estimated at 250 million ringgit Malaysia until February of year 2021. The economy of online entertainment activity increases such as online gaming, online TV, live streaming of performances and competitions. The pandemic has pushed up the need of internet use. That's all for me. Next, I'll pass to Zhishen to discuss the next issue.
Thank you, Yuning. The next discussion issue related to the impact of COVID-19 in Malaysia is online purchasing and logistics. Due to the implementation of MCO, most people are forced to stay at home. This has led to a positive impact in online purchasing among consumers. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the first 9 months of 2020 saw a 23.1% year-on-year increase in the country's e-commerce revenue to 801.2 billion ringgit Malaysia. There are several reasons that brought the positive impact of online shopping during the COVID-19 pandemic. For example, the convenience and easiness of online shopping has boosted the e-commerce industry. During the MCO lockdown, physical stores and businesses were not allowed to operate. Thus, most Malaysians have changed their methods of purchasing from physical to online shopping. The logistics industry was also impacted by the COVID-19 outbreak. Deliveries continue to be delayed through the end of 2020 and the first half of 2021. According to a study by iPrice and Parcel Monitor, deliveries were delayed by an additional 2.5 days in Malaysia. Local deliveries experienced delay due to several reasons. One of the reasons is the implementation of roadblocks between district and states. Since there are roadblocks, logistics service providers such as Lalamove, Ninja Van, Skynet, and Post Laju need to consume more time in splitting work arrangements among the staff or operating on certain days. The last discussion issue is about food and beverages industry due to the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. The implementation of MCO and CMCO had forced more than 2,000 coffee shops and mama restaurants in Malaysia to permanently close their business since 2020. One of the reasons that caused a lot of restaurants to close during the COVID-19 pandemic is manpower shortage. For example, most of the foreign workers hired had returned home due to expired work permits, and it was difficult to find local workers to fill the vacancies. They were unable to sustain on delivering value to customers, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Bernama reported that the food and beverage industry had suffered a 90% loss in revenue during the enforcement of the MCO as compared to 2019. During MCO, most people are forced to stay at home. Dine-in at eateries are prohibited, only takeaways and deliveries are allowed. Hence, most food and beverage businesses collaborate with online food delivery platforms such as Foodpanda and GrabFood during the COVID-19 pandemic. Malaysia's online food delivery service market grew by 45.9% in 2020 compared to 2019 and is expected to reach 1,646.13 million ringgit Malaysia in revenue over the next 4 years. The food and beverage industry nowadays has always been fast-paced, but nothing compares to the changes that have occurred in the last few years. The COVID-19 pandemic has made the images of crowded dine-in restaurants and long queues becoming a thing of the past. The rise of online food delivery has ushering in a new era in the food and beverage industry and increased revenue, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's all from me. Now I'll pass it to Singi to conclude the presentation.
In conclusion, COVID-19 really brought a big impact to Malaysia's economy. And now I'll ask some questions about our topic. So for the first question, what aspect of COVID-19 has impacted the economy in Malaysia?
So the COVID-19 has impacted the economy in Malaysia in the aspect of unemployment, tourism and airlines, inflation, entertainment and recreation, online purchasing and logistics, and the last one is food and beverages. So next, what is the reason that brought the positive impact on online shopping during the COVID-19 pandemic?
The correct answer is the convenience and easiness of online shopping has boosted the e-commerce industry. For example, the Shopee and Lazada as the e-commerce platform. The next question is, why did a lot of restaurants close during the COVID-19 pandemic?
This is because of the manpower shortage. For example, most of the foreign workers hired had returned home due to the expired work permit, and it was difficult to find local workers to fill the vaccine. They were unable to sustain on delivering value to customers, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. My question is, which entertainment center had closed due to this COVID-19 pandemic? Give 3 examples.
The entertainment center which has closed is game arcades, karaoke, and also indoor fun fairs. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.